vessel. Learn more at fireadapted.org.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Gene and Debbie would like to thank you for another successful year of business. We also want to wish everybody a safe, healthy, and prosperous 2016. We are ready to be of service with our pasture mowing. 352-629-2440. Locally owned and operated, experienced and reliable, commercial and residential, licensed and insured. Powell Gene, Gene at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. 352-629-2440.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today.
The sound of the bat cracking, the crowd cheering, the smell of overpriced but tasty hot dogs, the memories that will last a lifetime of your first baseball game with little Johnny. Your team wins. It was a great night until you get home. It's 9 p.m. and your wife says you have no water.
We have no water.
What do you do?
What do you do?
Rule number 1, don't panic. Remain calm. Okay, that's 2 rules.
We don't have time for jokes, funny man.
Okay, think back. On the way home, you heard a radio commercial.
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Eureka. You saved the day. You remembered that Mike Scott Plumbing doesn't charge extra for nights, weekends, or holidays. You are a genius.
Hey, Mr. Genius, did you remember the phone number?
Of course you did. Remember, you're a genius. 352-237-2888. Because at Mike Scott Plumbing, if water runs through it, we do it. Even if water's not running through it at this particular moment. Mike Scott Plumbing.
All right, 5 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Monday morning. 28 minutes. It's March 28th. March 28th, Robin. Galen Unold is on the phone. We didn't expect to hear from Galen today.
Not till tomorrow.
Actually, Tom Davis called in to do the LifeSouth segment.
Yep.
And then Galen called in. And I said, well, how do I do this? How do I get two calls at once?
Mm-hmm. And you did. They were able to talk to each other.
Yeah, I hit the button. So who knows? Maybe I'm learning technology. Tom is on its way to Cape Canaveral with some visitors that he has.
Yes.
From up north or someplace. Maryland, I think he said, right? So
yeah, he's going to the Kennedy Space Center today, and they're going to have a great time.
That ought to be fun. That's always a fun destination. Galen was on a fun destination for a whole week or more, right? Good morning, Galen. How you doing? Welcome back.
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all? It's good to be back.
Good. Do you feel like you are on jet lag right now?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm dragging today, so...
When did you get back?
I mean, I'm back in town. Got back late Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Saturday.
What time did the boat actually...
in town.
Okay, what time did the boat actually pull in?
Well, we got off the boat at about 11.
Saturday morning? Okay.
Yeah.
What's that like when it's all over? Are you like bummed out, like, oh man, it's over, or are you glad? Is it enough time?
You know, it's a weird thing. It's like basically once you're getting ready to disembark, you're ready to go home at that point. So I could have stayed in the islands for another 2 or 3 days. I'll tell you that. So it was just beautiful.
So the islands is the key for you, not the boat, right? It's not about the boat for you.
Well, the boat is your vessel. So it's basically like it's a moving hotel room. right? It's a moving hotel with everything that included, and the boat makes the trip, but you're doing it for the purpose of going to some of these destinations. At least I was.
Well, I want to hear about it.
I mean, St. Kitts is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to.
What's it called?
Phenomenal. St. Kitts.
St. Kitts.
It's a small island, St. Kitts. It's a small island in the West Indies. And off the coast of St. Kitts is an island called, oh my gosh, it just went out of my brain. I'm half thinking today. But there's a small island. And so we took a ferry over to that, and it was incredible. My wife's like, okay, so when are we moving here? Man,
there you go.
I mean, this little island had a population of less than 10,000 people. It used to be they used to grow sugar cane, but there's no more sugar cane there, and so it's purely, a tourist place.
Oh, really?
It was incredible. It was incredible. Beaches. I mean, my goal was to go to 5 beaches in 5 days in 5 different countries. And it turns out I went to 7 beaches in 7 different countries in 5 days. So I was pretty happy with myself.
Oh, wow. Any moments that you want to share with us? Like highlights? Yeah.
So we're in Magens Bay in St. Thomas, which is just spectacular. And so we're sitting there, and I'm snorkeling around because I just love to snorkel, and I see 3 big turtles, big turtles.
Nice.
And so I got to follow them around a little bit, and I'm coming back to the beach, and this lady's like, "Why do you have snorkel gear? There's no fish here." I'm like, "Yes, there are." I said, "I just saw 3 turtles." She's like, "There are no fish. I've been here dozens of times." And as she says this, I'm just out there cleaning my mask. I've got my sunglasses on with the polarized lenses, and about a 4.5-foot tarpon swims within 18 inches of this woman's leg.
Oh.
Wow.
I said, well, there's a tarpon. There are no, and this is what she said. She goes, "There are no tarpon here." I said, "Why don't you look right down there to your left?"
Oh, wow.
She started screaming.
Oh,
yeah, I bet she did.
Oh, wow. Oh, so it wasn't swimming fast. It was just there.
No, tarpons kind of just cruise. If you ever go to Crystal River, they have them there. And they just kind of cruise, and, they don't really have any predators, and so they just kind of cruise around. And my wife's like, she looks up, she goes, "What did you say to her?" I said, "I just told her there was a big tarpon."
Well, wait a minute. How deep? So the water was, you could stand where you were?
Yeah. Tarpon are pretty shallow water animal. So it was probably 3.5 feet deep, 4 feet deep.
So this is a know-it-all lady.
It was a massive tarpon.
I love when a know-it-all gets it thrown right back at them. That was
great.
It's one thing to see, hey, did you see anything? And then you could come back with, I've come here a lot and I've never seen anything. But that's not, she just came right at me saying I was wasting my time.
Yeah, there's no fish. Can you imagine?
And then when she saw that tarpon and she screamed, you would have thought there was a shark in the water. And it was great. I enjoyed the heck out of that. So that was a highlight as far as that goes. But
that is awesome.
That was good. That was a good one.
That is good on a couple of different levels, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool because you saw because of the wildlife, and it's also cool because a know-it-all had it thrown right back at her. I love that. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, those know-it-all people. Good for you, Galen. I hate know-it-alls.
Yeah,
and what they think people should do.
That's kind of funny. Yeah. That's kind of funny. So where was that? What island was that?
That was at St. Thomas. In Magens Bay. St. Thomas.
Now, why would she think there'd be no fish? Isn't that part of the whole Atlantic Ocean?
Yes.
It's in the Caribbean Sea and everything. I mean, it's in, absolutely. But the most beautiful part was Nevis. Nevis was the island I was trying to think of off the coast of St. Kitts, and went snorkeling there, and just I was amazed how nice the people were, and it's just incredible. It's just simply incredible. I enjoyed the heck out of it.
I think people are nice when a person would visit, their domain and they visit. I think people are nice if the people that visit are nice. You know, you hear those bad stories that other people are mean and stuff, but you got to be nice to the natives.
Well, I'm always, and again, I had one of those experiences where, you know, you're on vacation and you're just getting upset over stupid things. Mm-hmm. So when we got to St. Kitts, and I think this is why it was one of those things that turned out really well. We got there, it was cloudy and overcast, and the wind was picking up, and we were going to go on a snorkeling tour. Again, I love to snorkel.
My mom,
and
too.
I love to scuba dive. But nobody else in my family can scuba dive. So we were going snorkeling. And they canceled it because of visibility. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I don't want to go down there and see nothing.
Right.
Because you can't, because there's no visibility.
Right.
And this guy behind me just starts railing into the guy. How could you cancel it? Why didn't you tell us you were going to cancel it? And I looked at the guy. I'm like, how is he going to know you're going to cancel it? I mean, what is he's a weather dude?
Right.
The weather's not. I mean, he didn't cancel it. The company who we were chartering it from canceled it. And he's just going off on this guy. And I finally, and everybody should be happy that the guy I was talking to was from Canada. And I told him, I said, look, man, I think you're doing a great job. There's nothing else you could have done. I appreciate it. And he goes, well, thank you. That means a lot. I said, yeah. I said, just don't drive. That's exactly what I said. Just don't drive. And he laughed for about 5 minutes about that. He goes, yeah, because he lives in Fort Lauderdale. He goes, every time I see a Canadian tag, I just want to get around him as fast as possible.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah. I thought that was pretty good. So we had that connection. Yeah, it was again, we were on the boat for 10 days, and it was just incredible.
Wow.
It really was. A lot of memories, and it was just a great time. I had, by the way, just so I do want to tell everybody this. I had an underwater camera, a really cheap underwater camera.
Yeah.
And I had this all on video, and
with the woman?
At Nevis Island. No.
What happened? Wait, I didn't catch the end of it.
I lost the camera on the last beach here at Nevis Island. I got so enthralled with this wrasse I was looking at that I used to have in my fish tank, and I apparently, my wife's like, I made her get out there, and in between helping her get her fins on and seeing this wrasse, I dropped the camera somewhere.
So what do you say, wrasse?
I don't have it any of it.
R-A-S?
Wrasse. R-A-S-S-E. It's just a type of fish.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what happens? Somebody will find it like 10 years from now. And they'll track you down, then you'll have your pictures.
You'll be in the news.
That would be great.
You'll be in the news.
I told everybody there, I'm like, hey, if you find a camera, send it to me. I'll take care of it. Because I had, pictures from 4 different snorkeling experiences.
Oh.
So it's all right. It was fun.
When you depart the ship and you go to those different islands, because you said 7 different countries, do you have to take your passport with you, or are you just grandfathered into those countries because you're on the ship?
You do have to go through security. You don't have to go through customs or anything, but they encourage you to bring a photo ID. So, yeah, I brought my passport. I brought the whole family's passport every time we left.
Well, I want to hear more. Okay. We can take a little break, and we'll find out how the blood supply is, and then, of course, we'll hear some more.
Yeah, this is fascinating.
We're putting the topic we had for Tom. Forget that one today. We'll do that another day. This is more fun to listen to this. I love the story about the lady the know-it-all lady.
Oh, that's the great one. That's the great one.
Galen is a take charge kind of a guy anyway. Take charge.
I thought it was hilarious.
All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For Monday, times of clouds and sun with a shower or thunderstorm in the area, high 81 to 85. It'll be partly cloudy Monday night with a shower or thunderstorm in spots early near the coast. The low 60 inland, 67 along the coast. Tuesday, partly sunny with a shower and thunderstorm or 2 popping up, high 78 to 82. For Wednesday, partly sunny with an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, high 80 to 84. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Joe Lundberg.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
This is Jan from Palm Garden, and Wednesday, March 30th is Doctor's Day. It is with great appreciation for the tireless dedication and professionalism of all the doctors we work with to honor and celebrate them on Doctor's Day. Right, Jennifer?
Right, Jan. And as the executive director of Palm Garden, I would be remiss if I didn't single out our own medical directors from this past year, Anish Khanna, Hilario Diegues, and Sig Clevenger. So we wish them a happy Doctor's Day on March 30th, and thank you from Palm Garden.
The day has arrived for the annual golf tournament between rival clubs. Whether golf is your game or not, you're bound to enjoy Fox on the Fairway. Live on stage at Ocala Civic Theater, this hilarious farce pits two rival country clubs against each other in the annual tournament. It's a competition filled with romance, screwball comedy, and a surprise ending. Any way you slice it, Fox on the Fairway is a winner. On stage now through April 17th. For tickets and information, check OcalaCivicTheater.com or call 352-236-2274. Don't miss it.
Hey Ocala, this is Kelly Hart, Executive Editor of Ocala Magazine. Did you know last year Ocala Magazine won more awards in excellence than any other publication in Florida? And this year, Ocala Magazine was named Best Consumer Magazine in the state. Now you can join me every Friday at 10 a.m. on Ocala Magazine Radio, where we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life, right here on The Source. Ocala Magazine thanks you for making us number one. And remember, there is only one Ocala Magazine.
WWWOCA,
This is WOCA, News Talk 1370.
This is James Snyder, inviting you to join me each Sunday morning at 9:30 for Sunday Joy on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM.
18 minutes after 8 o'clock. Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center, back from his... How long were you on that cruise? 10 days?
Yeah, 9 nights, 10 days.
9 nights, 10 days. And you went to this island in St. Martin, and you told me to go on to the internet, look for... what do you call it? Airport Beach?
Yeah, you could just call it Airport Beach, St. Martin.
Yeah.
St. Martin.
Yeah.
And it'll pop up. It's. I've seen the videos, just because I like those kind of things when you get down the rabbit hole there.
Yes, yes, I do that too. Yes, I'm doing it right now.
Amazing. So we saw, and the way it sets up, I'll kind of describe it. There's an airport, a full international airport, maybe 50 feet from the actual water of the beach.
Right.
And what people do is when these 747s take off, if you've ever seen the Mythbusters, I think that's a good indication. So what they do is they grab onto the fence when the 747 takes off,
right,
and they try to hold on for as long as they can.
Right.
And the beach is going everywhere, and people wreck and really, really hurt themselves.
Oh man!
And there's signs everywhere that says "Don't do it," and so they've actually added another fence so that you can't do it.
Oh.
But so we went to that beach. We took a tour in St. Martin, and there was a French side and the Dutch side, and they have two different countries. It's kind of weird. But we saw a 747 land, and that was a lot of fun. You're like, okay, who cares? I've seen the 747. But when you see it, you're on a beach, and the thing is literally,
right,
landing 50 feet from you. It's
That's
like, whoa.
Crazy. Wow.
So,
Wow.
Yeah, so that was fun.
I'm looking at the video. Yeah.
Wow.
I just showed Robin.
Had a really good time.
When go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, in St. Martin, again, they have the Dutch side and the French side. And so on the French side, we went to this beach. And again, I wanted to go and see as many beaches as I could. And we're walking around on this beach on the French side. And I'm walking by, and I'm like, oh, boobies. And so it was a topless beach.
A topless beach.
And
yeah.
It was a topless beach. And so my wife's like, oh, my gosh.
Were the boys with you?
Right. Yeah, and the boys were with me, and they're like, Dad, that's kind of. I mean, they were not the prettiest boobs I've ever seen. I'll tell you that.
Well, they're young.
So,
they're young teenagers.
I'm going to be very. Oh, they no. No. These were middle-aged women.
No, she means
at the beach
Robin means your boys. Robin means your boys are young teenagers, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's probably the first ones they've seen.
Yeah. So.
They weren't very good. I mean, these people had been out in the sun a lot, so there was that. You know that leathery look?
Like snakeskin.
There was a story we had when we had.
There were no dollar bills coming out.
We had Carl Reiner. He was talking about his book. We had him as a guest, and he told us a story. He and his wife took his son and his son's friend to the beach one time, and it was a topless beach.
Yeah.
And the boys went for a walk, and then when they came back, they had just finished their beach visit, and they're driving home. And he looked in his mirror as the two boys were sitting in the back seat, and he said they were so quiet. They were like in a daze.
Yeah. And that's why they had a great time.
Well, they talked
being
about
visual.
that. They're talking about that. Are they in school today?
Yeah, they're school today. Yeah, they're both there. Yeah,
All right, let's do the business end of this. I want to hear more. But the business end means that Galen's going to tell us what the blood need is right now at LifeSouth, and we'll tell you who sponsors that important message, and then we'll get back to the fun chat about Galen's trip.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're just in critical need of O and emergency need of O negative. So just get out there and get the life and donate blood, please. We need it. So spring break was apparently we had a lot of traumas, and I know the weather was pretty bad. So just get out there, get the life.
Did you think about it at all while you were on your trip? Did you think about LifeSouth at all?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I mean, it's what I was put on this earth to do is to recruit blood donors, and so yeah, I think about it all the time. Because I went to and I will say this: I went to Puerto Rico, and the FDA has shut down all blood donations out of Puerto Rico because of the Zika virus.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, I was there. Gosh, I can't. This whole island, crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the fact that you went there, does that mean you can't donate now?
Right. Yeah, I'm a deferral for a year because of the Zika virus. Every country I went to is on the list for Zika, and I'm like, okay, all right. So they're gonna have a test for Zika here in about 5 or 6 months. So then I'll be able to get.
Yeah, because there was a story just a few days ago that the Zika virus was found to be in Orlando. There were 5 or 6 cases.
Well, what people don't tell you about Zika is it's been around for 50 years. It's just now becoming prominent. So it's a new virus. It's just one that's now hitting us. And the way it'll come into the U.S. is actually through Mexico and through Texas, and then it'll slowly come over this way. But yeah, you got to follow the mosquitoes. Don't fly over the ocean.
Well, if Donald Trump builds a wall, those mosquitoes have to fly a little higher.
Exactly right.
They have to fly
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I will tell you, my son, when we were in Puerto Rico, he goes, "Now, Dad, is Trump going to build a wall around Puerto Rico?" I'm like, "No, we got an ocean, and Puerto Rico is part of the U.S., so it'll be all right."
Oh, no. Oh, no.
We laughed about that everywhere we went. So.
All right, the important message that Galen delivers each weekday morning, and of course, thanks to Tom Davis for sitting in for Galen last week.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tom.
Galen wasn't here.
Appreciate it.
Penn Flooring is one of the 2 sponsors. They provide quality customer service, beautiful flooring, whether it's carpeting or linoleum or tile. Check it out. Oh, and Tom said it wasn't called linoleum. Was it Galen? Who told me that? It's called vinyl now.
Vinyl, yeah.
Vinyl.
Whatever.
All right. Anyway, they have, you can ask that question. Go to 1201 Southwest 17th Street. That's where Penn Flooring is. And make sure you thank them. They're right over the McKay-Williams Bridge. And, of course, the folks over at Palm Garden also. They are a great sponsor of this segment each morning. And they have something. They're thanking the doctors in the latest commercial they're doing for Doctors' Day. And, of course, they have a great facility for your long-term skilled nursing care, whether it's for you, a loved one, maybe you're going through rehab or somebody else is. Maybe you need a break from your caregiver status, your caregiver role, Go to Palm Garden and thank them for sponsoring this program and take a tour, see the facilities, and also ask them about the next chats at the garden.
Yes.
See what kind of things you can learn and spend some time with a great group of people.
For sure.
All right. So what else? What's the farthest distance you were away from Florida?
That would have been St. Kitts.
Okay.
So that was a further south.
And how far away is that? Do you know?
It's in the West Indies, so it's pretty far away. I mean, it was a 2-day sail.
So it's at least 1,000 miles.
I don't know is it that far.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's further
I don't
than
know.
Cuba.
I haven't. Oh yeah, we went off the coast of Cuba for 2 days.
Really?
Going to San Juan. Well, the first day, I should say, day and a half. We were off the coast of Cuba.
Wow.
Do you know what I don't understand
Yeah,
about the whole Cuba thing? Rob was asking me something about the Rolling Stones playing in Cuba, and I said there was never a reason they couldn't play there. They're not American.
Right.
They're
That's exactly right.
Yeah, I never thought about that till you pointed it out.
Yes.
Yeah, they're British.
They could have been playing there all.
And the
all
British did have the embargo because they held it up because the U.S. They're partners, and so, yeah, I mean that was just part of it.
So no photos at all. Nobody else took photos.
Well, no, I have a ton of photos, just none of them underwater. I bought my other
Underwater
camera.
camera with the
I got,
okay.
My underwater camera is what I lost.
I would love to see
have.
the video of that lady saying there's no fish.
I know. I did too. I told my wife, I'm like, that's a that's a YouTube moment. And I didn't even realize I had it on my chest while I was cleaning it. So I had the whole thing because I showed it to my wife while we were laying on the beach.
Wait.
She was just laughing hysterically.
Really? So you got that encounter on video?
Yeah. You could see the tarpon, and because I'm just sitting there, cleaning the sand and stuff off of my gear, and it was great.
Oh man, I hope somebody finds that
camera.
camera.
It would have gone viral.
Somebody's going to find it.
Somebody's going to find that.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to find that camera. Did it float, the camera?
I think it did.
Yeah.
And the thing is I took off my harness and put it in my pocket because I didn't think I'd really see anything in Nevis, and yeah, I regret it. It's all right.
Somebody will find it though. You'll see a viral video and it'll be credited to somebody else.
Yeah. They'll ask.
Well, at least this way I won't be on some show about how the internet ruined my life, I guess.
Well, that was fun. That was really fun.
And did you like any kind of native food that you tried there in either of the 7 countries that isn't available here?
Yeah, everything's pretty much available here. I mean, in the Caribbean, they eat a lot of, pork and chicken and, rice and stuff like that. So yeah, it's nothing that I haven't had before, but it's still, I just love the islands. So.
That's wonderful.
Thank you for sharing. That was a fun conversation. I love hearing. I live vicariously. I'm telling you. The only thing I wish you had Facebook. Then you could post the pictures and I could see them. Now how am I going to see them?
Well, what you need to do is friend my wife. She's on Facebook, so you could post a bunch of stuff there.
I'm not a friend with your wife yet.
You probably are. With
probably
Christy,
am.
you probably are.
If I'm not, I'm going to do it right now. Tell the guy at the radio.
But Galen says he puts it all on YouTube, so we'll be able to see it.
Right.
Yeah, I haven't got the video finished yet, so it's going to take me a while.
Sure.
Galen, it's good to have you back. Are you on your way to Gainesville right now?
No, I'm not. I'm not working today. Today is just a day of recovery and trying to get the house back in order and all that kind of stuff. So.
Okay. All right.
And I'm sure your fish missed you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Galen. Welcome back.
You're jealous of me. All right, thank you guys.
Bye-bye.
See you all tomorrow. Bye, all.
Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. 4 Americans now confirmed dead from last week's terror attacks in Brussels, and 4 more of the injured are dead. The attacks have now claimed 35 lives.
Prosecutors here in Belgium say 3 people have been held on charges of participating in terror group activities. This after 13 anti-raids were carried out here in Brussels and 2 other cities across the country.
Fox Radio's Jessica Gallagher. In Pakistan, at least 70 dead in a suicide bombing. A doctor now in Florida was due there for a school reunion, but his ex-classmates are treating victims.
They had to leave from there and they went to the hospitals, take care of the injured and wounded.
The bomb went off in a crowded park. In college basketball on TBS, North Carolina top Notre Dame, 88-74.
Totally feeling it right now. Yes, indeed.
And Syracuse beat Virginia, completing the Final Four with Villanova and Oklahoma, the other teams. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Fires burn millions of acres each year. And each year, wildland firefighters like Fire Chief James Hall battle to contain them. But they can't do it alone.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. It can ignite and destroy your community or more. That single ember can be dangerous as the wildfire itself. But you can do something firefighters can't. You can act now to prepare your home and your community for wildfire. You can reduce the risk. Do your part. Go to fireadapted.org.
Get fire adapted. Learn what you can do now to reduce wildfire damage later at fireadapted.org. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council. Learn more at fireadapted.org.
Hello, Ocala. RL here to tell you we love you. For 43 years, you have patronized Silver Springs Dairy Queen and other Dairy Queens in Marion County. You've been a blessing to my family and our employees. So come on down to Dairy Queen and try our new line of tasty baked sandwiches, snacks, and dessert treats. They're scrumptious. Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750.
Stay informed on everything going on in the Villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the Villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Yes, in Italy, sales of pasta are down 25%. But you know what everybody is buying? Sushi. Essentially, researchers are discovering that our self-image gets set in high school, and no matter what happens after that, that's pretty much how we see ourselves for the rest of our lives. Drinking alcohol every day can decrease our body's ability to burn fat by almost 75%. Yikes.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We